I feel like I played a lot of sports growing up, so I always had some kind of like mentorship figure in my life, whether that was like a coach, a teacher, or like a fellow teammate. So that those relationships really taught me a lot about myself and just life in general. So I always wanted to kind of, in my career, pass that on to someone else and kind of be a mentor to someone else. So I also really like that mentoring is kind of a cycle. So everyone starts as a mentee in some capacity, but then from that mentoring relationship, they can gain skills to then mentor someone else, which I think is really cool. I've actually only been mentoring SMAHRT interns for about 2 years. But even in that like short amount of time, it's been so rewarding for me to see my interns grow as people and also as professionals. So it's always bittersweet when they move on and graduate and go on to their own careers, but it's also really exciting to kind of see where they end up and to watch them follow their passions as well. So it's always bittersweet, but it's also really rewarding for me.
I thought that one of the coolest aspects when like thinking about SMAHRT and how the mentorship works is that as a mentee, you work with everyone. It's not like you do have your primary mentor, but also you get to work with everyone as a mentor, even Megan as the principal investigator, which I don't know, but I feel that that's not that common among research teams, which is just a very cool aspect of it. I would say that day to day, primarily, I do work with Maggie as my mentor, and that like consists of checking in weekly and at least mostly when the days that I'm working, checking in and just having Maggie as a resource and checking in, asking questions whenever they arise, and also then just overseeing kind of all of the work I do, but also working along with me. You do have like, seniority and stuff, but also you get to work directly with your mentors instead of just having someone kind of be the boss and only oversee everything.
So I've worked with Grainne for about 1.5 years now, and it's been absolutely amazing to watch her grow. She joined the SMAHRTeam her freshman year as a communications and research intern. This was the first time that I had an intern who was interested in both, so I was pretty nervous. But Grainne has been such a joy to work with because she's just so eager to learn and asks like so many meaningful questions. It's been amazing to see her confidence grow and to watch her take on more research projects, and I'm really excited to see where she goes from here.
I thought that like when I was thinking about this, I'm like, I know there's a ton of stuff that happened throughout the past 1.5 years that would be some of my favorites, but I think one of them would be shifting from promotions focused work to research focused work. And also that's like I've gotten to work with so many different people throughout that, but also always kept you as my primary mentor, which has been a cool experience because it just goes to show that we can do all kinds of work. So that's been one thing. I think both, honestly, it comes in both aspects of being a mentor and being a mentee, that it's kind of helped start to eliminate that little bit of imposter syndrome that I think always happens whenever like going into a new area where so many people are experts. I think being a mentor more so like through summer research scholars and stuff helps me with that, but also just as a mentee, I'm constantly reminded that like my work that I'm doing does matter, and I am reminded that I know what I'm doing and encouraged about that. And I also think that not so much a specific story, but like the whole concept of SMAHRT's flat hierarchy, I think that's something that's really helps me grow too, because I realized that like even as an undergraduate student, when a lot of the time research teams are known not to value undergraduate student work, it's constantly I feel valued. So that's always been something that I'm very lucky to have experienced as a mentee, and something that now I'm able to like in the future look for the rest of my life, like just know that that does exist and that it's something that I'd want. And I would also, when I was thinking about this, something is just being able to step out of my comfort zone. How like just this past weekend we went to California and went to a research conference and everything, and I'm always encouraged to try new things, which is very nice to have, and it's definitely something that's allowed me to grow overall. Communication, that's been like huge this semester, especially when things are going from online to in person again. And I've just learned that at the end of the day, everyone does realize that everyone is human and we can all only handle so much, and that's obviously respected too. But it's just the concept that nobody knows what you're going through unless you're communicating it. So I would definitely say that I've been like kind of basically taught and been able to model off of what I've seen like you and the other mentors do, is communicate with one another. And that's something now that I very much value. And I think it's important in the future when I'm more of a mentor that I'm able to make people comfortable enough to communicate that stuff too, because I think that's definitely an aspect of it, is that like once you're comfortable, you can also be better at communicating and stuff like that.